Welcome, night of Lot, the last night in this series of 6 oracle nights that have been used and obeyed basically for around 2,500 years in Europe by Germanic tribes, Celtic tribes, Druids, but also ancient Slavs. And they happen in a time of silence, going into the silence between 24th of November and 21st of December. This is what later became in Christian terms the Advent time, 4 candles till Christmas. And here we have the original. And today's night is the night of the end and the beginning, 20th to 21st of December. It goes from sunset of 20th of December throughout the night till sunset of the 21st of December. And as you may know, the Holy Nights, the 12 Holy Nights or the 12th tide, they are starting on the 21st of December. So tomorrow, basically, we have also the preparation for the actual Holy Nights. And I talk about the Holy Nights a little later on. The Nights of Lot are oracle nights or nights of fate and happen in this period between 24th of November and 21st of December. If you did any of the sessions before, please let me know in the chat so I can give feedback to you. Did you go into the forest and make that special exercise? Did you use the oils or some of the techniques I showed you? If you missed these videos so far, please just scroll down on my channel and you will find the videos of the other nights. The first night is the night of reflection, going inside. The second night, the night of love and connection. The third night, the night of hope and protection. The fourth night, also known as the night of St. Nicholas in Christian terms, the night of faith and freedom. The fifth night, the night of St. Lucia, especially big in Scandinavia, in Sweden, the night of darkness and light. And now we are in the end. And the beginning comes with the winter solstice. Is it something that you also experience? That time seems to accelerate towards Christmas? That there is kind of an end of the year rush or kind of a finish line that we are all running towards? And it's just in the atmosphere. And for some people, that's of course Christmas. Maybe because it's a big family festivity. For some people, it's because of the new year. For some people, it's because of spiritual terms. They know that this is a very special time, not just the birth of the Holy Child, but also what is the origin of this date, the winter solstice. And if you are in the southern hemisphere, then you are, of course, in the middle, or summer begins actually for you, but still it has this particular meaning and particular energy. So let us go into the night of St. Thomas, the sixth night of Lot, end and beginning. And you see, actually, he has a bloody index finger. Why is that? The reason is because he didn't believe Jesus was reborn. So Jesus asked him to put his hand into the wounds. And that's why St. Thomas got the bloody finger. You also see the book. St. Thomas was like a scholar. He was like a scientist. He was very much in his head, in his thoughts. But he also had this doubt that often made him doubt things that other people could believe in. See, he had a kind of a hard path because he was always doubtful. But then in the end, he traveled farther than any other disciple of Jesus Christ. He's the only apostle who went as far as India, today's Chennai, to be exact, to spread the gospel, which was in those days not even written down yet. So the apostle Thomas died around 72, according to tradition, in Mylapore, Madras, today Chennai. And he was, like many apostles, a fisherman and one of the 12 apostles. The name Thomas is derived from the Aramaic ta'am. Ta'am means mated or twinned. And actually you find out later why Thomas has this double or twin nature. In the Syriac tradition, he appears as Judas Thomas, as Thomas is understood there as an epithet. However, or Iscariot, that was the betrayer, the traitor. Judas Thomas, it's just in the Syrian tradition, but that's the Thomas that we're speaking about. Thomas was from his looks outwardly very similar to Jesus, but he was very scholarly and known for his doubts, and showed this at the Last Supper. And now, before we go to the Last Supper, let me say something about doubt. Many people are doubting. Some people are lucky, they just believe. I don't know how it is with you. There is a Zen koan which says, little doubt, little awakening. Big doubt, big awakening. No doubt, no awakening. Little doubt, little awakening. That means you doubt yourself, for example, but just little. And then when you find out who you really are, it's a little awakening. But if you're a big doubter, then it will be a big awakening when you find out what's really going on, when you find out who you truly are. And if you have no doubt, then you are probably already awakened. So let us have a look at the Last Supper scene. Jesus, after announcing his imminent death, said that he was going to prepare a place for the disciples so they too could be there. He would prepare a place in heaven for his disciples. And wherever I go, you know the way there. Now Thomas the doubtful intervenes and says, Lord, we don't know where you're going to. How then can we know the way? His question prompted Jesus to utter one of his famous I am words. And that's a particularly powerful one. I am the way and the truth and the life. I am the way and the truth and the life. Please repeat this to yourself 7 times. Repeat it in your heart. Feel it resonate. I am the way and the truth and the life. I am the way and the truth and the life. Feel spiritual energy of this sentence does within you. After the crucifixion, Jesus appeared to the disciples as resurrected, but Thomas was the only one who was not present. It was not until the 8th day that Jesus would show himself again, and he stood in their midst and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, who was standing a little bit aside, "Come and stretch out your finger and touch my wounds. Stretch out your hand and put it in my side, and do not disbelieve, but believe." Because Thomas was still doubtful that Jesus was really resurrected. Thomas answered him, "My Lord and my God." Now he started to believe. Jesus said to him, "Because you have seen me, you believe." You know the saying, seeing is believing. Blessed are those who do not see and yet believe. Blessed are those who do not see and yet believe. That's a powerful one. And sometimes it's easier to believe if you see, but is it then a belief? Well, then you know it actually. You see it. So this is the important thing. Belief prepares our higher reality. Belief prepares our higher consciousness. The symbols of St. Thomas are the book, erudition, the upturned index finger, and you see in the painting of the Last Supper, you see Thomas there with his raised index finger. Now in India, in Ayurveda, the index finger is said to be the stinky finger or the ego finger. So usually people who are gesticulating a lot with their index finger, they have a lot of self-importance. They are very important. They are very convinced that they are right and others are wrong. These are people who like to go into discussions. Now, what's behind discussing? What's behind fighting for supremacy? Actually, doubt is behind it. This is why you try to gain the upper hand. If you truly know who you are, if you believe, you do not have to fight. As Sun Tzu said, truly wins who does not fight. Truly victorious who does not fight. So the index finger, the bloody index finger, as we seen before, on the right side down, you see the picture where St. Thomas touches the wounds of Jesus, but also the spear, which we come to later, and the protractor, which is why he's an important figure for Freemasons. He was building actually, or rebuilding a whole city in what is nowadays Iraq. Back then, Sumeria, around the area of Babylon. This is before St. Thomas went even further to the east to India. And imagine this, he was the biggest doubter, and yet he went the farthest to spread the teaching of Jesus Christ all the way to Madras, or Chennai as it is called nowadays. Now, there are many interesting stories about the journeys of St. Thomas. He was very well liked by the king in the city which he rebuilt in Sumeria, Iraq nowadays, and yet he had the urge to go on. And he went all the way to India, and there it is reported that he reached even high states of consciousness, which in India would be called samadhi, like meditative trance states. Because he was a builder, he has a special meaning for Freemasonry. We looked already into St. Nicholas on the 4th night of Lot and his dark twin, the Krampus. And we looked at St. Lucy in the 5th and the bloody Luce, or the bloody Lucy, on the negative side. Now, this dichotomy we also see with Thomas. Also, Thomas has a dark twin. And this refers to also Gemini, the astrological sign of Gemini. As you know, Gemini has to do with thought, has to do with travel, with communication, and has to do also with connections. And Hermes or Mercury are the gods, the Greek or Roman gods that are in the sign of Gemini. Now, Gemini has a bright twin and a dark twin. And the bright twin, these are the luminous thoughts, the illumined thoughts. But the dark twin, these are the negative thoughts, the brooding thoughts, the dark thoughts. This should not be misunderstood. You need your totality. You need also to integrate your dark side. You need to integrate your shadow to become whole, but you have to do it in a conscious way. And this is also something that is represented by the story of St. Thomas. He had the biggest doubt, but he overcame it. And then he went the farthest because he was really complete. He integrated his dark side. And we have St. Thomas with his dark twin represented also in Germanic tradition, the Tamar with the hammer, or the Tamar with the hammer. Or in Bavaria, in Salzburg, das Dammal mit dem Hammer. Das Dammal mit dem Hammer. And that's a Thor figure. Thor actually from the Scandinavian tribes, the Scandinavian Germanic tribes. A Thor figure with a hammer. And he awakens people by hitting his hammer on the earth, and it is shaking, and they are awakened out of their doubts and out of their ignorance. Remember, little doubt, little awakening, big doubt, big awakening. During the night of St. Thomas, you can see the future, or also your future beloved, or your future self in a dream. And this is now very powerful. This is one of the rituals that you can really use in this particular night from 20th to 21st of December. Dream consciously and remember your dreams. Now, how to do that? In this night from 20th to 21st, the end and the beginning, you will dream. Many people actually dream. Few people remember about your new situations or new life in this case 2025, who you will be, your future self, but also who will be your beloved if that person is coming, or another important person coming into your life. Now, in order to dream consciously and to remember these dreams, give yourself the command while you're already laying in bed: I will dream consciously and remember all my dreams this night. I will dream consciously and remember all my dreams this night. I shall dream consciously and remember all my dreams this night. If you program that into your subconscious, you have a high chance to be conscious in your dreams, aware in your dreams, and to remember these dreams in this special night in the next morning. Now, that's one particular ritual that can be done in this sixth night of Lot. The main one is really to go into the forest, and I spoke about it in the earlier videos, to a T-crossing in the forest at night after sunset of the 20th till midnight of the 20th to the 21st, and to stay there in silence and just listen and just watch. Now, that's a little scary for some people, but there won't be anyone there except for other people who know about the Nights of Lot and this ritual. And you will have a very interesting meeting with destiny. You will have, at this crossroads, the left to right corresponds to past, present, future flow. And some people see, some people feel, some people hear messages about what is to come in this night of end and beginning, doing this meditation at the T-crossing in a forest. Should be an actual forest. You might hear the sounds of the wild, the animals, the wind. You might even hear the sound of your own breathing. When I do it, it seems like the whole land starts to disappear. The trees disappear. The whole outer scenery disappears. I'm like transported into another realm, and this is quite accurate. Excuse me. Because in this particular ritual, you are crossing over or opening yourself to the world cause and effect in the material world, but cause in the inner world. And you also open up to the higher world, the divine world, the source. And so what happens if you do that ritual at the T-crossing? You become very open, and you get either consciously or unconsciously information. It's like a download into each of your cells and into your spiritual being for or about what's to be, what's to come. So it's like seeds are being planted into you. So this is the second ritual for this night from 20th to 21st. First is dream consciously and remember your dreams, because you might be shown future situations, future important people, or even your own future self. Secondly, go into the forest, stay there for 30 minutes, even if it's cold, dress with enough textile to keep warm. And then when you're finished, step backwards for 30 steps before you turn around. This is very important. You don't immediately turn around and go away. You are very respectful if you do that ritual of, crossroads of destiny. There are two more suggestions that I give to you, and that is two oil blends that I use and that are in connection with St. Thomas. The first is, wouldn't you know it, believe. And his big challenge was to believe. And here you see him, by the way, on his way to India. You see the spear, which was also his wandering staff, but also his defensive weapon. And you see the book of truth, originally the book of erudite, the book of scholarly knowledge, but he went from knowledge to wisdom. He went from doubt to belief. And the small Thomas ended, and the big, the divine Thomas began. If you have that oil blend, Belief from Young Living, it contains Idaho Blue Spruce, which aligns you and straightens you energetically, Ilang Ilang, which opens your heart, has a pleasant aroma that is both grounding and vitalizing. Also included in this blend is the balsam fir or grand fir, Idaho balsam fir or Idaho grand fir, by the way, for all those who ask. It has always been, I was there at the farm again this year, Highland Flats Farm. They told me it's usually 4/5 of grand fir and 1/5 of balsam fir they are using. And that has always been the case, but it used to be called balsam fir. Now it's called grand fir for better botanical taxonomy. And also it includes frankincense, which connects you to the divine. And these single oils can support feelings of strength and faith in order for you to overcome your doubt. Together, all these oils help you to achieve a higher consciousness. Just inhale for 3 to 5 minutes in the evening of the 20th of December, maybe before you go out into the forest, and also in the morning of the 21st of December when you wake up, you can use this. By the way, speaking about 21st of December, we will have another live stream about the first preparation night for the Essential Holy Nights. And this will come just after this particular live stream, so you can stay tuned. It will be a separate live stream, but I will give you already all that you have to know for 21st of December, which is winter solstice. Winter solstice this year happens at 9:20 or 9:21 a.m. UTC. 9:20, 9:21 UTC. So depending on your time zone, please calculate. That's probably something like 3 or 4:20 in Malaysia or Thailand. I have no exact idea, but you will probably know. And that's in the USA East Coast. That's like 4:20 in the morning. And if you're in the West Coast, that's 1:20 in the morning on the 21st. That's the exact time of the winter solstice. And because this plays a huge role, I will give another live stream how you can use winter solstice just today, right afterwards. And also I will give a meditation on the sun tomorrow at 2 p.m. UTC. 2 p.m. UTC, meditation on the sun and how you can use the Yule fire, an old Scandinavian and Germanic tradition. Now, you can not only use belief aromatically and see what happens in your consciousness and in your thoughts. It will also help you through emotional hurdles and setbacks and will bring back a stronger belief and help you to reach your true potential. But belief is also an excellent chakra oil. So you can apply it on all the 7 chakras. In terms of belief, definitely apply it on your crown, on your forehead, your third eye, on your throat, and on your heart center. But as I said, you can apply it on all the 7 main chakras, and you can apply it on the minor chakras, the heart, hand chakras, the foot chakras, and so on. You will immediately feel the flow. So great oil in the evening of the 20th, in the morning of the 21st. There's a second oil, and that corresponds to that transformation that Saint Thomas went through from being a doubter to being a believer. And he had big doubt, and he became a big believer. And this oil is higher unity. It's an amazing oil blend, one of the most expensive. It's around 150 US dollars or 150 euros. Why? Because it has the most expensive, most precious oils inside. Sacred frankincense for the crown and the third eye. Sacred sandalwood for the crown and the third eye, connecting you to the higher world. But also rose, the most expensive single oil, and jasmine for your heart. Also included in this blend is something that makes you really sharp, really clear, and that is lime, lemon, and spearmint. So they are for your mental acuity. Because if you're sincere in doubting, then you will arrive at faith. What I always do, if I doubt, finally, I also doubt. If I doubt, I also doubt the doubt position. Because who tells me that the doubt is correct of all people? Couldn't it be that doubt is the doubtful one, the incorrect one? And this is why these lime, lemon, and spearmint are so helpful, because it gives you great mental clarity. This blend, again, you can use it aromatically, has an uplifting aroma that encourages personal focus and spiritual balance, evoking feelings of openness and unity with self and others. High unity creates a sense of oneness within yourself, with the divine, and also a oneness with others. And is designed to help you bring your community, your herd together in balance and purpose by inhaling this wonderful fragrance. It is also an ideal oil for meditation and prayer to bring more peace into your daily life. And you can use higher unity right after you have used belief on the evening of the 20th and on the morning of the 21st of December. I'm in love with that particular blend. It's amazing. And as it is quite expensive, I rarely use it physically. I use it mostly aromatically. But if you would like to use it physically, apply it on the crown for the higher connection. Remember, sandalwood, I apply it on the heart for the inner connection, the heart of Jesus, the heart of the yogi, which is supported by rose and jasmine. You will have a marvelous night from 20th to 21st of December. And then with 21st of December, the preparation day 1 and winter solstice start for the essential holy nights and the holy nights year. And I'm giving both again in the upcoming year. There is 3 packages that you can secure for yourself. Just the participation from 21st of December till 6th of January, or also the participation in the Holy Nights year, where you get a live stream in a safe community and in an exclusive membership area, where we meet again throughout the whole year for the months of January, for the months of February, for the months of March, and so on, to really bring back that focus. And also, I offer a third package, and that is personal coaching with me. I give the people who participate 1 coaching for winter, 1 coaching for spring, 1 coaching for summer, and 1 coaching for autumn. And it's not what you think it is. It goes quite deep, and I work very specifically with each person. So what are the Essential Holy Nights about? They represent what is called in Christianity the 12th tide. And it's an old knowledge that the 25th of December corresponds to the coming January. 26th of December corresponds to the upcoming February. 27th of December corresponds to the upcoming March, and so on and so forth. 5th of January finally corresponds to the upcoming December. This is used in 3 ways. Number 1, to become aware of weather. In the old times, when people didn't have the civilization we have now, they were very conscious of what's happening in nature. And it was important for them to be able to predict the weather situation. Number 2, what happens to them? They were shown signs and portents, especially if they did the Nights of Lot before in the preparation, then in the Holy Nights, they were shown on 25th of December what would happen in January, and so on. 26th February, 27th March, 28th April. You get the idea. But the interesting thing, it happens in dreams. It happens in thoughts, in emotions. It happens in how you feel, how your energy is on each particular day. And it also happens in your interactions and what happens between you and other people. And that will show itself in the connected months of the coming year. That's the second thing, basically a prediction tool for your personal life. Thirdly, it's also a manifestation tool, specifically if you have ethereal particles, if you have ethereal oils or essential oils, because in order to manifest something, first you need the idea, you need access to the world of cause, or the world of ideas, as Plato, Socrates called it. Then you need to form a matrix, a form, an astral form or ethereal form, for which you use these particles. And this is the reason why we're using the oils, because they're full of essential particles or ethereal particles. And then once you have this ethereal matrix, it's easy to manifest it into the physical world. So it's an amazing manifestation tool that still many people do not know of in the modern time, that has been used in the old days. More about that in the upcoming videos that you find on the same channel as you're watching this one. Next video, by the way, is starting just 10 minutes after this particular live stream, because I immediately give you also all that you can know, should know about winter solstice and 21st of December. Right now, this is the oils that we are using in the Essential Holy Nights and in the Holy Nights here. And this is just some of them, because altogether there are 47. And it also doesn't mean that you need all of them. You can use at least one per day or per month if you have it. However, I have some people who participate and they just do it dry. They do it without oils. Because manifestation is immensely boosted. If you use oils, I recommend, of course, that you're using the oils. So if you would like to join the Essential Holy Nights, the 12 Essential Holy Nights, you can go to this link. You'll find it either below the video or above the video, depending on the channel where you are watching. And if you click on the link, you will come to this page, and this shows you the 3 packages that you have if you'd like to participate in the Essential Holy Nights, or the Essential Holy Nights plus the Holy Nights here, or the Essential Holy Nights plus the Essential Holy Nights here, plus personal coaching. So for now, remember, it's the night of St. Thomas. It's about going from doubt to belief. It's about bringing to the end the old version of yourself and beginning the new, better self. It's about celebrating life, being happy. It's about ending what has to end and what would you like to begin. And for that, particularly going to the forest, to the T-crossing as described, and use your dreams in this particular night. And how will you be able to gather your dreams, Give yourself the command before you fall asleep, I shall dream consciously and remember all my dreams. I shall sleep consciously, dream consciously, and remember all my dreams. I shall dream consciously and remember all my dreams. And you can use, of course, the techniques that I showed you with these two particular oils, belief and higher unity. So I see you in a few minutes in the upcoming live stream for preparation day 1 of the Essential Holy Nights. Have a wonderful night of St. Thomas. Have a wonderful meditation and the end and the beginning.